What's going on YouTube? It's Darian and I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. On this channel we focus on fragrances and fashion. So looking good and smelling, as I like to say, amazing. So if you love fragrance related content or style related content, I think you're going to find some interest in the content on the channel. So I invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and take a quick second as well to go ahead and click the bell icon as well. That way you get notified every time I release a new video. Guys, whoever said that it costs a lot of money to smell great? Well, I don't know who said that either, and I don't even know if it's been said. But if it has been said, let me tell you that it is not true. Now, we are still in the season of winter, and where I'm located, even down south, it's been very, very cold. We've seen colder temperatures than we normally see. So it's still a great time to pull out some of those, what we call cold weather appropriate fragrances. So on today's list, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 recommendations in my collection that are inexpensive fragrances. And I want to differentiate. Just because they're inexpensive doesn't mean that they smell cheap, but you don't have to spend a lot of money for these fragrances. I do think they are very quality fragrances, especially for what you're going to pay for these bottles that I want to talk about today. So I'm going to give you 5 quick recommendations, inexpensive or cheap fragrances in my collection that are good for the cold weather. So if you want to know what those fragrances are, you know the routine, keep it locked right here. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's go ahead and jump right into the list. The first fragrance today comes from the House of Guess. Yes, I said it. You heard it right. The House of Guess, and this one is called Seductive Homme Bleu. Guess Seductive Homme Bleu. Guys, this fragrance is really good for what you're going to pay for it. You can find this around that $14 to $20 price point. I picked mine up for $19.99. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know what this smells like, it smells like La Nuit de L'Homme. It's not an exact clone, but it is definitely gonna give you some La Nuit de L'Homme vibes. So this is a great fragrance to pick up, especially for the price. This is a 3.4 ounce bottle for 19 bucks. Cannot beat it. Works really, really well in the cold. Again, if you like the La Nuit de L'Homme DNA, you'll like this one from the House of Guess. This is Seductive Homme Bleu. All right, and the next fragrance on the list, guys, this one comes from the House of Calvin Klein, and this is CK1 Shot. This is one I'm sure you guys have heard about, but this is a nice tobacco-based fragrance, again, for the price. All these fragrances on this list today you can find for under the $35 price point, so nothing is going to cost more than 35 bucks. So if you like a nice kind of fresh in the opening, but nice to musky, woody tobacco dry down, this is a very, very nice fragrance. Again, this is one you can pick up for around the $19 price point from the House of Calvin Klein. This is CK1 Shot. All right, guys, and next up on the list, this fragrance was released in the year of 1997, and this is Michael Jordan Legend. Michael Jordan Legend. This is one that you can get for around the $14 price point, guys. And for what you're gonna pay, you're really, really getting some nice value with this fragrance. Now, again, some of these fragrances may not be the best performers, like 8-10 hour performers and stuff like that, but again, for under the $35 price point, and again in this case the $14 price point, I mean, come on guys, let's be realistic, but it does smell really, really good for what you're going to get. It smells kind of like this pancake syrup, and it does smell very similar to New Harlem for Bond Number 9, which is a discontinued fragrance. I do have a side-by-side comparison video coming on those two fragrances. There are some differences, but it's close enough. So if you can't get your hand on New Harlem's, it's something you've been wanting to smell, then give Michael Jordan Legend a try, because it is going to give you New Harlem vibes. So this is a nice one to pick up for the winter season for cold weather from the House of Michael Jordan. All right, guys, and next up on the list, we are going to the Banana Republic house. This one is called Tobacco and Tonka Bean. And those are the 2 main accords in this, but I'm telling you guys, this is fantastic value for what you're gonna pay for this. You talk about a fragrance that's worth every dollar when you start talking about fragrances that are less expensive fragrances, but that give you great performance. This one performs really, really well. for the price. And guys, this is a beautiful scent. If you haven't put your nose on this, some of these fragrances have been starting to show up in the rack stores and stuff like that. I haven't seen this one yet, but this is one of the best from this whole line from Banana Republic. Again, this one is called Tobacco and Tonka Bean, an amazing scent for cold weather from the house of Banana Republic. Right, and last but not least, guys, you've heard this is the probably the most popular fragrance on this list from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is Uomo. This is Uomo. This has that very nice signature tiramisu note, which is a kind of chocolatey dessert, and that's what you get in this, guys. It's very sweet, kind of chocolatey vibe, cacao that you get from this. A lot of people say when I mention Pure Tonka from Mugler that they can't find that one. So let me tell you, if you cannot find Pure Tonka, then this is a good substitute, because these fragrances, those two fragrances, remind me a lot of one another. Very, very similar fragrances. It's very, very nice, warm, sweet, kind of cookie vibe that you get from this as well as Pure Tonka. So this is a good alternative to that. This is one for this 100 ml size bottle you can find for $35. Performs great as well, I might mention. Great for the cold weather from the house of Salvatore Ferragamo. This is Uomo. All right, guys, that's it. That's my time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video as I gave you 5 great, inexpensive or cheap cold weather fragrance recommendations. I always appreciate you guys giving me a few moments and taking out your time to watch these videos, because of course I know you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe, and share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find me entertaining, because I'm your guy, Darren, the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.